Good afternoon, fellow traders. Black Coffee Trader coming to you. It is Monday afternoon, March the 18th, almost in February. And today was a good day. It was a little bit of a rough start to the week from a trading standpoint. However, the good news for me today, the March 1st approved payouts, that $4,000 hit my bank account today. And then this afternoon, my payout from March 15th for $4,000 was approved. This PA 21 and 22. So as you can see, those accounts have reset minus the $2,000 that we had in there. So we have about $547 of drawdown left. So we'll try to take those accounts back up the ladder to another payout. That's the goal. We still have this PA 18 account that we had a March 1st payout on. We've been up and down. Today was a down day. Lost 120 bucks on that account and account 19. Lost 133 and 145 on accounts 27 and 28. And those four are what I've been kind of calling my quote-unquote near-death accounts. Accounts that I really either just had bad trading, did just really bad trading on these. PA 19 was at 52,000, I think 285. The first part of, let's see, that was around the 13th maybe. So I had a couple of bad losing days. And one of the things that I've mentally told myself over the weekend is if I reach 750 in a losing day, if I reach $750, I'm going to stop trading, period, bar none. So there, I said it. Now you guys heard it. That's going to be my new mental. That's where we stop. No more this going, hey, I'll do one more trade, and then you end up $1,300 or $2,000 in the hole in a freaking funded account. It's so stupid. So I needed to get a little bit of accountability out of my system there. So in any case, as of right now, doing very well on PA 29. That's the brand new one we have. Another $200 on it today, or practically $200. So we've had three back-to-back green days, and we're at $725 in profit there. And looking at what we needed for today, that's right on course with what we needed for an April 1st payout plan there. So starting tomorrow, I can trade these two accounts, and we'll need about 200 by the time tomorrow rolls around. So if I can hit 200 a day, by the time April 1st rolls around, we could potentially draw out $6,000 from those three accounts, providing we can get across the profit threshold with all three. And then obviously the remaining four that we have here, these are kind of they need oxygen. They need some profit oxygen. Let's put it that way. Yeah, today, I made a big mistake today. I was green this morning. Outside of early morning, I did trade this 150K pre-market. I've done it too many times, or I've traded pre-market, and it's just a dumb thing for me to do right now. But I did lose that account, so I am not going to be allowing my 150Ks to rebuild. These were accounts that I bought on the 90% off sale, and I took advantage of the $35 resets, and I tried a few times to pass the 150s. I was pretty aggressive, quite aggressive to be honest, but just didn't get any of them across the finish line for some stupid reason. That seems to be a bit of a monkey on my back of passing one of those, but it is what it is. So I'm not going to be buying any more 150Ks until the next 90% off sale runs around or comes around. So we're going to focus holistically on getting more 50Ks passed. I had a good start to this one here today, up 590. I didn't really push it too hard. I said, you know what, I'm not gonna focus too much on this one day thing. If I get into a good run and I can hold a trade for some profitability or add into something, I will. But I'm just gonna go for going back to kind of my system that got me to where I am today. I think the last couple of weeks with this 3-day pass and the 1-day pass, I've been just too aggressive with evals, and I kind of vowed to do better today, and I did have a good start. Also on this take profit account, I started a new account this morning, and I told myself, why am I blowing up these take profit accounts? They're not that much different than passing an Apex account. The rules are you can't have more than 50% of your profits in one day, so you can't have more than 1,500 in profit, and you also can't lose more than $1,100 in one single day, and you have to trade for 5 days. So getting to $53,600 a day times 5 days, kind of that's the math. So today we had 675. So I'm just going to focus on $600 a day for 5 days and try to get one of these passed, and then have a funded take profit account. That's been one of my goals all year, and I've just not been very focused on it. So hey, I'm just being honest with you guys. This is not, I am not some super awesome, successful, know-it-all trader. I'm just an average guy, just like the rest of you that I've figured a little bit of this stuff out, and I've gotten some payouts. I've gotten 3 so far. So, hey, we've had some success, but I'm not bragging. So please take that the right way. But I want to try to get that across the finish line. But yeah, the mistake really today for me was trading micros this after, which I've been trading micros on these near-death accounts, but to trade in the afternoon. This morning, these two were at 40 in profit, and these two were at 40-something in profit, and then we had the 199 here, and then obviously we had profits there. So we were all green except for that account that I blew pre-market. So we had a really good start to the day, and then as I watched this afternoon, this is again one of these areas where if you followed my channel, you know where I make my mistake. Excuse me, you know where I make my mistakes is chasing a breakout. And I didn't chase a breakout. I'm not at all upset with my entry. However, I am upset with how I held this trade and added into this trade. Now, granted, this was just micros, but I found out this afternoon it's quite possible to lose a bunch of money trading micros if you try hard enough. So I entered here looking for this continuation of this squeeze higher. Had a $7 winner, and I re-entered this trade twice here, and we started to go into drawdown. Stopped out for an $11 loss and continued to hold another position and ended up with a $100 loss. In fact, I was 3 positions deep. I'm not quite sure why it's only showing 1 position, but that's why it's at $100. So my mistake is not, the mistake is not so much that I added in. The mistake is that I moved my stop down and allowed this trade to kill me. I could easily have gotten out at break even or at, having a $10 or $30 loss, but that's that was my undoing. And then I watched this action this afternoon, or maybe I should say lack thereof, but yeah, the price action was not ideal. Just watched this sideways, and honestly, I have to say this, I am proud of myself for staying out of this junk for most of the afternoon. I did take a trade here in the afternoon, small winner, and then I had another $20 loser here, kind of looking for this push up. And I was watching this VWAP being a flat line, and we were kind of holding off a previous day low, and we just weren't doing anything, and I knew it was risky. I knew it going in, and when I had this move, I'm like, you know what, I'm done. I'm down 120 to $140 on those near death ones, primarily because of this bad trade here. So and I was copy trading all 4 on this trade, so that's why they're all in 100 plus in drawdown, so, or in loss for today. But hey, it is what it is. I know that I can recover this. Maybe I'm sticking my foot in my mouth, but this account was at 1387 at one point, and we brought it back up. Now we took it back down the elevator, so we're gonna have to keep working on it. But the plan for tomorrow, we do have some news tomorrow. I thought I looked at some stuff earlier. Well, we have some pre-market stuff at 8:30. I might try to jump in and work on this eval. We'll see how I feel. I might just even let it go. That's it pretty much for tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, okay, tomorrow doesn't look like too bad of a day. For some reason I was thinking we had FOMC or something tomorrow. I think that might be later in the week. But so the plan for tomorrow is I'm going to trade these 2 approval PAs on minis like I typically do. I typically trade minis. I've had some people asking me about that. Usually trade minis with about a $200 stop loss. So I will probably take a trade with these accounts individually, and if I can get a win, then I'm up. I usually trade for 21 to 41 ticks, so looking for $100 to $200, sometimes more, but $100 to $200 is probably what I'll be looking for. If I can get a winner and get this buffer up to, you know, 600-700 in drawdown available, then I'll be comfortable trading minis and trying to get some profits back into these accounts and get them back up to that 52.6. If that first trade ends up being a loser, if it is a full $200 loser, then I may move to micros for the rest of the day. We'll see how the day goes. But that's really my next focus, is to get these two accounts up and running again, continue with this success that I've had on account 29. That account has been in solid profit ever since we've had it here. Let me see if I can pull that up. And I gotta pull the calendar here. Trade calendar. As we can see, I did start with a red day today. This is the first Monday in a while that we've started with a red day, but it wasn't a big red day for sure. So I'm happy about that. Let's look at this account 29. I think I've had 3 back-to-back. Yeah, 3 days of green. So I'm happy with the way that account is starting, and I just want to continue that trend. So these are my 3 main accounts, 21, 22, and 29, that I'm going to be working really, really diligently towards trying to get to a payout for April 1st. And then we're going to keep working on these near-death ones and see if we can keep those revived. And again, likewise, also work on passing another, couple of evals, maybe an apex one here, and then trying to get this take profit one. I do have a bunch of 50K evals that'll rebill later this week, so I should have a bunch more 50K evals that I can work on passing towards the end of the week and early next week. So yeah, that kind of sets the tone for what this week's going to be like, or that's what I'm going to be trying to be accomplishing. So we'll work at that. Hopefully you guys had a good day. Once again, thank you for your support. Appreciate you guys out there. Good luck. Trade well. We'll try to catch up with you tomorrow night.